just to know your name. 17 tracks and I've had it with this game. I'm breaking my back just to know your name, but heaven ain't close in a place like this. Anything goes, but don't blink, you might miss. 'Cause heaven ain't close in a place like this. I said heaven ain't close in a place like this. Bring it back down tonight. Never thought I'd let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend and looked like a girlfriend, that I hadn't fed you. Marry him last, yeah, it's not confidential. I've got potential. Ready, let's roll on to something new. Taking it slow, let 'em leave it without you. 'Cause heaven ain't close in a place like this. I said heaven ain't close in a place like this. Bring it back down tonight. Never thought I'd let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend and looked like a girlfriend, that I hadn't fed you. Marry him last, yeah, it's not confidential. I've got potential. I'm rushing around. Face yourself for me. I said lay there, baby, please. But I just don't know now. What I wanna do is try. But somebody told me you had a boyfriend and looked like a girlfriend, that I hadn't fed you. Marry him last, yeah, it's not confidential. I've got potential. I'm rushing around. And somebody told me you had a boyfriend and looked like a girlfriend, that I hadn't fed you. Marry him last, yeah, it's not confidential. I've got potential. I'm rushing around. Somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend, and I hadn't fed you. Marry him last, yeah, it's not confidential. I've got potential. I'm rushing around.
Alright, so it's been a couple days since the workout you just saw, and I'm going to do my 100K Q&A, which is insane. So insane, because about 6 or 7 months ago I had 525 followers, somewhere around that, 500 to 600, and just posting basically for nothing, just because I had some strange belief that if I kept doing it, it would end up working out. But I knew deep down that it would, which is why I kept posting, even though I wasn't getting followers. And sometime around March is when I started finally getting some followers. I remember I gained 30 followers in one day. I was freaking out. That was exciting for me. And then kept growing from there more and more. And now I've reached 100,000, so it really does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. Just the fact that I'm able to inspire a lot of people makes me very happy, because I almost look at how other people inspired me when I first started, and the fact that I'm possibly able to make that same sort of impact is crazy. So I do appreciate all of you a lot. Mwah. Right, Q&A time. So I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions, and I got a good amount, so I'll go through some of them. What does your dream life look like? I would say my dream life would be having all the sponsors I want. Young LA, Gorilla, already got Regiment. Gotta show you the Regiment real quick. Got this chain. Regiment just sent me a big package. And then I got this bracelet on, Focus. You could use code Ryan for that stuff. But yeah, so my dream life would be those 3 sponsors. And it would be to be able to do this for a living, because if I was able to make enough money from this to support myself without having to do an actual job, that would be my dream life. Because before social media was probably to become a personal trainer or something like that. seemed interesting to me, but my dream life would definitely be to be able to do this for a living because I love doing it. Suggestions for someone who's new to the gym. So it depends what kind of body type you have. If you're new to the gym and you're very skinny, you're very lean, I would recommend eating in a caloric surplus. So anywhere from 100 to 500 calories above your maintenance. And how you can find your maintenance is basically what I did personally. I went online to a caloric maintenance calculator, typed in all my information. Once I knew that number, I ate at that number. I saw if I was gaining weight over a certain period of time, 1 or 2 weeks, I'd say. And then if I didn't, I would add more calories until I was gaining weight, and that would be my surplus. Or if I was losing weight, obviously you need more. So that's what I would do. So if you're skinny, you want to be in a caloric surplus. If you have a lot of fat on you, I would recommend, if you're new and you have a lot of fat, to do a small deficit to get rid of the fat in the beginning while still putting on muscle. Since you're a new lifter, you're still going to be putting on muscle regardless of surplus or deficit because you're new. When you train your muscle, it's simply going to grow. So if you have a lot of fat on you, I would recommend getting rid of it before by doing a small deficit, still training hard intensely. You're still going to put on muscle in that time and also lose the fat. So then you could do a lean bulk from there, which is most optimal. You want to be in a lean bulk optimally. That's where you're going to put on the most muscle. But if you already have a lot of fat, you're going to run into a problem lean bulking because you're going to get fat too quickly. So I recommend getting your body fat down a little bit and then from there, building up. Another thing I recommend, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is a number to strive for. It's not going to happen every single day, but you really should try to reach it. If you're 165 pounds, eat 165 protein. Another thing I'd recommend is getting on a program. If you're very new to lifting, we're talking 2-3 months, you don't need a program. Anything you do is going to grow. You have to get used to the movements. But I would recommend, here's what I did. What I did is, when I first started lifting, worked out for a couple months just doing random stuff, and then I got on a full body program. I got on Jason Blaha's 5x5, which is a powerlifting focused program. It focuses mainly on all compound lifts, no isolation. So 5x5 squat, 5x5 bench, 5x5 deadlifts, and then you'd have a bunch of accessory movements, but it was all compounds. That's a very good idea for a new lifter. Allowed me to build my strength base. The thing is, programs like that, not everyone's going to be able to do because it's a lot of strain on your body. It's a lot of volume, a lot of heavy lifting. So what I do now and what I tend to recommend people is doing legs, push-pull. Most people do push-pull legs, but I don't like doing legs after pull, mainly because my legs aren't that good. I don't want to be tired from deadlifts on my leg days, but yeah. So I'll do legs, push-pull, and I'll start my leg day with my heavy compound, push day, heavy compound, pull day, heavy compound, squat, bench, deadlift, obviously. So, and then I'll do my accessories. That's a really good format to follow for a heavy lifter because you're going to build up your strength through the big three, and then you're going to do your accessories, which are more hypertrophy. So in terms of getting strong and gaining size, I'd say that is definitely the best program to run. That's what I recommend. And I do actually have a program in my Instagram bio that I made that you can buy, but obviously you can also just watch the videos and take my advice right now. Most important thing while bulking, I would say not overdoing it 100%, because I bulked from the age of early 14 to when I was like 15 and a half. I'll put up some pictures before and after. As you can see, I gained a lot of fat. I definitely gained a lot of muscle. The problem is, when you gain a lot of muscle on a bulk and you also gain a lot of fat, you're obviously going to have to cut down from there. And the longer you have to cut and the more vigorously you have to cut, the more muscle mass you're going to lose. So I bulked up to 15. I went from like 130 something to 173. Obviously a lot of weight gained, a lot of muscle gained. But then when I cut back down, I was like 145. And a lot of that was just growing from age, so I really didn't put on too much muscle from that. I also lost a lot of strength, so the most important thing is not to overdo it when you bulk. And also to not eat garbage. Because yes, the only thing that matters in terms of gaining weight is the amount of calories you eat. That is true. But the actual quality of the food you're eating is important, and the amount of sodium and sugar you're eating is important. Because if you're eating just a bunch of foods that are empty calories, your body physically is not going to be able to take those calories and use them as efficiently to build muscle. Like, you can't tell me eating 500 calories of cookies is the same as 500 calories of rice. Your body's going to take those carbs differently and apply them differently. Another thing is that sugar and salt is going to make your physique look a lot worse. You're going to hold a lot of subcutaneous water weight, which is when you hold water between the fat and the skin. Yeah, between the skin and the muscles. So I like to switch locations because my roommate got back. Because you want to watch the quality of your food, because eating unhealthy stuff in general is going to make your physique look worse. You're not going to get as much muscle long term, and it's just good to eat healthy stuff in general. Biggest advice for upcoming fitness creators. So there are a couple things I'd recommend. First of all, I would recommend posting as much content as you can where it's still quality. So for me, that was one Instagram post a day. I stuck to that for around 200 days. Took a break, now I'm back posting every day, but recommend posting once a day on Instagram, a YouTube video every couple of days, once a week if you can. TikTok's very important. I personally didn't gain my followers from TikTok, a lot of people did, but I recommend anywhere from 3 to 5 TikToks a day. Keep them good, but TikTok you're able to post a lot more on. And I would just recommend, everybody says this. The thing is, everybody says this, and half of them don't even do it themselves. You need to be yourself. I see a lot of people saying they need to be themselves, that people need to be themselves, and then they act like idiots on their Instagrams. Like, I'm not calling anyone out, but like, there's just a lot of people who say be yourself and they're obviously not themselves. They're putting on like a character to try to seem a certain way. Like, the problem I see with a lot of people now is that nobody's relatable anymore. Everybody's trying to show all the stuff they buy. They're trying to take pictures in cool, crazy locations to look really cool and like all this stuff. At the end of the day, relatability is the most important thing. Like, you don't watch someone to see their amazing life and wish you were like them or see how cool they are. You watch them because you relate to them. Like, I think something a lot of people relate to with me. I'm just a teenager who lifts, like, and just lives my life. I think I live a very similar life to most of you guys. And I think seeing somebody that you can relate to, a life that is similar to yours, that you can achieve, is very important. So I'm going on a tangent. What I'm saying is just be yourself, because you're going to attract the people that you are like. If you are acting like someone you're not, you're going to attract those type of people, and long term it's just not going to work out. You're going to feel trapped. So I'm myself. I post whatever I want on my stories. I post the pictures that I like. I post everything I like, do everything how I think is best, and then people who resonate with that follow me and support me. So definitely be yourself. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Also, in terms of more just growing stuff, hashtags in your posts is important. And yeah, a lot of people on Instagram now are doing comment for comment, and there's these people getting thousands of Instagram comments on all their posts. That's personally not for me. I am more of a build-it-yourself kind of person. I never had any shout-outs, any help, any people commenting for me, so I'll comment for them. I just do my own thing, and I think long-term that's the best. This is my personal opinion, but everyone has their own way of doing things, but that is my advice. Why did you start working out? So, I started working out when I turned 13, and I was always insecure about the way I looked. That was a big reason why I started lifting. I was a little insecure when I first started, because I started at 13, but around the age 14, 15 is when you kind of start getting really insecure about yourself, for me at least. So I started lifting at 13, and it was more just for fun. I wasn't super insecure, and then around 14, 15, I kind of insecure about how I looked. I didn't really like myself. So that was a big motivation to start really pushing harder. in the gym. That was around the time I found a lot of different YouTubers too. At that point I was hooked, and that's when I really got the motivation to start working out. And yeah, from there it's history. Workout, split, legs, push, pull. Did your height stop because of the gym? No, that's a myth. If any of you hearing this are young and you think lifting weights is going to stunt your growth, it absolutely will not. Makes no sense. You have basically, so you have your bones, and between your bones you have growth plates called epiphyseal plates. So if you have a growth plate fracture, they will stop growing and you will stunt your growth. That's if you get injured. So if you lift and you just stay safe and you don't fracture anything or do anything dangerous, then you will be fine. You will go to your full height. I started working out at 5'3", 5'4". Now I'm 5'10". I actually grew taller than the doctors expected me to, taller than my dad, and I've been squatting 200, 300 pounds since I was like 15, so you're good. Don't worry about that. Definitely will not. Favorite muscle? I guess, favorite muscle to train would be probably legs, because they're a weak point, so seeing progress in my legs is just very satisfying. But favorite muscle aesthetically, definitely be upper chest, shoulders, because I just think the look of very big, developed front side delts and upper chest is just very aesthetic. So that's my favorite muscle, if that's what you meant. When's your birthday? December 26, 2003. It's the day after Christmas, and since my birthday was so late, I had the choice of if I wanted to be held back, which means I would be a freshman in college by now, which would make more sense considering I'm 18, or move forward. I moved forward, so I'm a sophomore in college, but I'm younger than everyone else. I've always been younger. So what camera do you use? Canon M50. I actually just have the most basic lens that it came with on there, so I'm definitely gonna get a new lens soon because I definitely want these videos to be clearer. And then eventually, once I make some more money, I'm gonna invest in a better camera. Why do you sumo deadlift? So I did conventional deadlifts up until I was around 15, 16, and for a while they felt good. And then over time, as I added more weight, they started to feel very awkward. My back would start to round, and I just hit a big plateau. So I found out conventional deadlifts just aren't for me. Everybody's built different. Some people have long arms, some people have long femurs, some people have short torsos. Everyone's different. For my leverages, sumo was best because it just was best for me. Conventional feels a little awkward. I can probably conventional deadlift around 365, and I've done sumo 495. So you have to experiment with both. If you don't feel like your conventional deadlift is really feeling how it should, then you should switch to sumo, and vice versa. Everyone has something different that works for them. But I would recommend doing both a little bit. See, I almost always sumo deadlift, but I'm still implementing conventional lately. In conventional deadlift, you'll be getting more glutes, erectors. In a sumo deadlift, you'll be getting a little more quad drive through the grounds. And I naturally have pretty strong quads, so I think I benefit from sumo just a little bit. So that's why I do that. Since when do you have long hair? So I'll put a picture up of me before long hair. I started growing my hair out during quarantine because I couldn't get a haircut anyway, so I figured I would just try to grow it out. So I grew it out a little bit. It was looking awkward, so then I cut it, and then I tried growing it again, ended up cutting it again. Then I finally decided around the summer, I'm gonna not touch it at all, I'm just gonna let it grow out. And over around 6 months, I grew this hair. All right, what were you like before working out? How did you working out change your confidence, self-esteem? So, it's funny, I actually wrote my college essay on this. Before I started working out, I was very shy, insecure, and obviously I didn't like how I looked, but I would walk around with a constant thing in my head of just worrying how people were looking at me and worrying if they were seeing things in my body that I hated. And it affected the way I talked to people. It affected my confidence. I couldn't go up to people and talk. I didn't want to go up in front of class and talk. And working out, first of all, has taught me that sometimes in life you have to be uncomfortable to grow. The most basic thing, working out. Once it starts burning, it's when you grow. So you can apply that to a lot of different things in life. So my social skills were awful when I was before I started working out, but working out taught me that you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to grow. So I started going to a lot of social things I didn't want to. I stopped avoiding things that I felt could possibly be awkward, and over time I just built up my social skills. So I would say the gym contributed to that. In terms of self-esteem, it's completely turned everything around. Like, when I had no self-esteem when I first started lifting, and now I genuinely don't think I could have any more self-esteem, not gonna lie. Like, I could, but I like how I look now. And liking how you look is very important in your self-esteem and how you talk to people. So it has completely changed my confidence. If you would have known me before and after the gym, it would have been a big, very big difference. So I basically attribute all my best personality traits to working out, honestly. Who are your 3 favorite lifters? Number 1 would be David Lade. 2 would be maybe Arnold. And 3, I'm gonna say lexx, just because I've been watching him for a long time. I like him. What's your dream physique? When I was younger, I used to look at people's physiques and compare myself to them, want to look like them. But now at the point I'm at, my dream physique is just my own physique, just better. You know what I mean? Like, I see an image in my head of how good my physique could be, and that's my dream physique. I think the best thing you can do is, once you have a good idea of how your physique looks, is just like imagine how you'd look with 10 more pounds of muscle, and that should be your dream physique. That'll be a good way to keep you motivated too. So yeah. Best way to get motivated during a workout. I would say a lot of the time when I go to the gym, I'm not motivated at all, but I put in my headphones, play good music, take my pre, I get a good warm up, and a lot of the time that'll help. I'll end up having more motivation after that, but also I think it's important to look back at your progress, see how far you've come, and sometimes motivation just doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're motivated or not, you just need to do it. Like, you can be motivated all you want, it's gonna go away, and then discipline has to take over. If you're not disciplined, it doesn't matter. You need to build discipline and do things you don't want to do. You don't want to go to the gym today because you're not motivated. It doesn't matter, just do it. Like, it really doesn't matter. What is your body fat percentage? I'm gonna say maybe 13. In my pictures, I probably look a little bit leaner and it's in good lighting, but I hold fat in my lower back and in places that aren't super obvious, so I'd say 13 probably. Daily diet and recipes, 3,000 calories, 170 protein, but I'll be making a full day of eating soon, so I'm not gonna spoil it. Do you and that Asian kid really hip thrust each other? Yes, we do. I want to hit the gym, but I fear knee pain. Wear knee sleeves. Don't be an idiot. Learn proper form, and you won't have knee pain. What is your biggest regret, and what did you learn from it? I don't really have any regrets. I'm happy where I am now. I wouldn't change anything, because I think if you're happy where you are, there's nothing you want to change, right? How big are your biceps? Like 20 inches? I haven't measured them in a long time, but possibly 16 maybe? If I had to guess, I'd say somewhere around that. Do you like cheese? Yes, I do like cheese. Boobs or ass? If you say boobs, you're clinically insane. Never want to speak to you again. So ass. Top 3 songs. Oh, it's a good one. Top 3 songs that are equivalent to taking a full dose of pre-workout. This is a good one. I like this. Pulling up my playlist. Hold on. Number 1, Better by Guns N' Roses. The most hyped Guns N' Roses song. One of my favorite songs ever. Highly recommends. Another one would be If I'm James Dean, You're Audrey Hepburn by Sleeping with Sirens. Weird name, but that one's an acquired taste. I personally love it. Drown by Bring Me the Horizon. That's a song I've always used for my PRs. Highly recommend those 3. How long was your transformation? Started at 13, and I'm turning 19 in almost 3 months. So I've been working out for 5 years and 9 or 10 months, which is insane. Sometimes I'll post on like TikTok or something, and I'll be like, what I've achieved in 5 years. People say it sucks. But you have to keep in mind that from 13, 14, you're not really going to gain so much muscle because you're so young, and hormones play a big factor. So I basically, from 13 to almost 16, like, there wasn't that much progress. At around 16, it's when I really started making good progress. 16, 17, so gotta keep that in mind. So it's gonna be 6 years soon, which is crazy. Penis, what is your purpose in life? God, I'd say I don't know what my purpose in life is because I'm only 18, but right now my purpose in life is to keep motivating people and keep making videos. As of now, I'd say that's my purpose. It's more of a goal, but it's a little early to say what my purpose in life is, you know. You said you would do a glute spread at 100K. Do not go back on your word, bro. Okay, a deal's a deal. I can't do a glute spread, I'll get taken down. Were there times you wanted to stop going to the gym? Yeah, a couple, but just go anyway. Motivation is not just stay. It goes down sometimes, but it comes up. Usually when your motivation goes down, it's gonna come up even higher. It's gonna go down, come up even higher. So, just go. Tell me your shampoo name. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but it does not matter at all. I got a lot of questions about my hair. So, I'll do an official hair tutorial soon, but I'm gonna tell you what I do for my hair. So I wake up in the morning, and then I'll shampoo my hair. I do it in the morning just so it can be clean throughout the day. I'll just shampoo my hair, and then I'll part it. I'll towel dry a little bit, and then I'll part it. And then what I'll do is I'll take my comb, I'll go through my hairs, I'll kind of like twist them in the comb so they're like that, and then I'll just blow dry it like that. I'll do that for all the parts of my hair. Oh, here goes my headphone. Once I do that, I'll hit it everywhere with the blow dryer, throw it around a little bit. That is it. Last question is, what are your goals for the future? So, my goals right now, I'm gonna say, you know what? So my goals, it's almost the end of the year. So I'm gonna say my goals for 2023. Goals for 2023 are 200,000 Instagram followers, 100,000 TikTok followers. I want 5,000 to 10,000 on my second account, and I want 10,000 YouTube subs. Those are very big goals, but I know for a fact I can get them if I just work as hard as I have to. So those are my goals, and obviously my other goals are Young LA sponsor, Gorilla Mode sponsor, and honestly, I don't have a single doubt in my mind that I'll get them. At this point, it's just a waiting game. I'm doing everything right. It's just gonna come down to when they want to sponsor me, and I'm okay with that, and I'm gonna keep working as hard as I have to. I know for a fact, 100%, that everything I just said will happen. And yeah, so I think that's a good place to end the Q&A. We'll definitely do another one of these soon when I hit a milestone on something else. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something because there were a lot of good questions. And yeah, thank you guys for 100,000. Peace.